just like the other group has, and we really hope you'll enjoy it. The clinician, I'd like to present the clinician to you, and Mr. Russell, Kevin Russell. I didn't know Mr. Russell. He was the same clinician that we had for the jazz band, for the jazz ensemble region band, which took place here, the concert, back in what was it, early November or so. I didn't know this man before. He's the band director right now at Clark High School. But and you always think, you know, these band directors from the 6As, you know, they're all kind of like looking down on you all the time if you're a small school and stuff. But it turns out that Mr. Russell is one of the nicest people I've ever met. You know, really down to earth. So I really I think I've got another friend now. So I'd like to read to you his biography. Kevin Russell was born and raised in San Angelo, Texas, where he graduated from San Angelo Central High School and attended Angelo State University. After receiving a Bachelor of Music Education degree, he went on to the University of Texas at Austin, where he studied saxophone performance with longtime UT professor Harvey Patel. In May of 1993, after completing his master's degree from UT, Mr. Russell caught a lucky break and landed a job with a band, which allowed him to tour. We're talking about a Tejano band, which allowed him to tour and perform across the United States over the next 8 years. Being a professional musician was a wild ride, but there was still a burning desire to teach and become a band director. In October 2000, Mr. Russell caught another lucky break when he got his first band directing job at Patton F. Middle School at Northside ISD in San Antonio as Associate Director of Bands. After 4 years, he had another unique opportunity to open a brand new middle school in Northside ISD as Director of Bands at Gregory Luna Middle School. Another 4 years go by and Mr. Russell receives a promotion to Associate Director of Bands at Tom C. Clark High School. Today, Kevin Russell is in his 18th year of music education and is the Director of Bands at Clark High School, a position he's held since the fall of 2010. The Clark Band has enjoyed much continued success under Mr. Russell's leadership, highlighted by their performance at the UIL State Marching Competition in 2014. Kevin Russell is also blessed to have a beautiful family with his wife Stephanie, daughter Emery, and son Brecker. In his spare time, and he writes, he likes to write and perform music, play golf, and spend time at the family ranch. Mr. Russell also has 2 dogs, Princess and Sugar Plum. They were already named after they adopted. And 3 longhorn cows, Layla, Daisy, and Daffodil. And there is no explanation as to why they were named that. But I'd like to present to you Mr. Kevin Russell.
I'm tall, man. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm not going to talk a lot. You want to hear kids play? My voice is ragged. I've had an exciting last 2 days. And excuse me. Okay, that first song we performed was Regenesis. Sorry, excuse my voice. Don't you hate listening to somebody who's got laryngitis or lost their voice and you always something like, my apologies. The first song we did was a tune called Regenesis, which was a programmatic piece of music that was written about the eruption of Mount St. Helens, for those of us who are old enough to remember that, when that happened. And then the second piece we did was a famous hymn written by, if you look at any church hymnal, just about any church you go into, you thumb to it and look to it, you'll see the name Philip Bliss all through it. And that was, the name of that song was on a Hymnsong of Philip Bliss, and it was, of course, the wonderful church hymn, It Is Well With My Soul. We're going to do crazy stuff now, okay? I don't know how else to explain it. Most directors are smart enough to not pick music this hard when they do these things, but these kids, I was told by some of the directors, like, hey, these kids can play, and they want to play some good stuff. I was like, oh, okay, so let's do it. So we're going to do one of the things that Mr. Splain just talked about on this, with the first group of the concert band, was that Grainger is considered to be the, as he put it, Mozart and Beethoven of the band world. And this is one of his compositions, or one of his arrangements on the folk song, Shepherd's Hay. This next piece we're going to perform is a very famous piece from an opera, actually. It's from Lohengrin. It was written by Richard Wagner. And this is Elsa's Procession to the Cathedral. It's a wonderful piece, and this is probably the hardest thing we're going to play on the program today, even though it's very slow and lyrical. It's very intense, and basically this is Elsa's trip to the church in which she's going to get married. And what a lot of people don't realize that Richard Wagner is the one that actually wrote our common wedding march that we use all the time. And so it comes from the same opera. But this is Elsa's procession to the cathedral.
take a small break after that. First, I'd like to have a little presentation from Mr. Russell, if you could step out here, please. I forgot to bring the flag. I'd like to present Mr. Russell with a token of our appreciation with a plaque that reads, ATSSB All Region Band, in appreciation for your outstanding commitment to ATSSB Region 11 High School Band, Mr. Kevin Russell, Clinician, Symphonic Band, 2017-2018. Thank you very much. I'd like to take this time, they still have to catch their breath over here, to recognize some people who worked very hard to prepare this event. First of all, our hosts, Mr. Ralph Unger, the band director of Pleasanton High School, and his staff. I think he's back here in the back. Danielle is the one that's working the lights, so she's back there. So I would really like to tell you that we really appreciate all the help. I'd like to also thank our band organizers. We have the directors. We end up having an organizer and a percussion organizer for each band. And those are the people that are in charge of getting everything set, getting the folders set with the music so that the kids can get the ones that are selected for the band when they have the selections on last Saturday. They're the ones that are in charge of making sure that everything is set, and they're the ones that go around here getting this, that, and the other for the bands. We have the Symphonic Band organizer, Mr. Ralph Unger, from Pleasanton. And then we have Mr. Eduardo Solis from Poteet High School. He's the concert band organizer. And he's and then to make things easier and probably to put more work on her because she just doesn't have enough to do, we had Miss Sarah Yarnell from Pleasanton High School do both the symphonic and concert band percussion organizers. So we thank you very much. We'd also like to thank the administration from Pleasanton High School. We'd like to thank Mrs. Twyla Guajardo, the principal of Pleasanton High School, and Dr. Matthew Mann, the superintendent of Pleasanton High School, for Pleasanton Schools, for allowing us to use their wonderful facilities for our region concert. We really appreciate your help and invitation to use these facilities. We say, well, let's get the kids over in San Antonio, but the thing is that a lot of these places, they charge for us to use their facilities, and we're very lucky that here in Pleasanton, they think of us so much that they go ahead and they donate their time and their facilities for us to be able to do that. So we'd like to thank Pleasanton High School and Pleasanton ISD. And now we'd like to have the presentation of colors for the schools represented in the Symphonic Band for this year, 2017. First, we've got students from Cabrillo Springs High School. Students from Crystal City High School. Students from Divine High School. Students from Hondo High School. Students from Jerdenton High School. Students from Pearsall High School. Students from Pleasanton High School. Students from Poteet High School. Students from Rock Springs High School. Students from Sabinal High School. And students from Somerset High School. hope I didn't forget anybody. Congratulations to you all on being selected to this top band. I'd like to again thank you all for attending our concert today. Please continue to support music in our schools and encourage your students to keep participating. Like I said before, both Mr. Russell and Mr. Spillane will be here after the concert to take pictures. For so many band directors have asked that you want your group to take a picture with them, so they'll be here right afterwards. Commercial number 2. Pick up your official ATSSB Region 11 High School Region Band merchandise at the Pepper merchandise booth located in the foyer. Souvenirs include this year's official ATSSB Region 11 High School Region Band personalized plaque and shirt featuring today's performers printed on the back. The plaque doesn't have the performers printed on the back, only the shirt does. You will find the perfect gift for the member in your family or for yourself. Now I'd like to bring Mr. Russell. Thank you again very much for coming to our concert today. And here's Mr. Russell with their last piece of the day.
Parents, you're so important to us as directors, and you do so many things that help us be able to teach them, and I just want to say thank you for that. You're very, very important to us. And how about a huge round of applause for parents, directors, private teachers, anything, and anybody that's ever been associated with any of these kids. How about a round of applause? Our final number for the concert is a piece entitled Rush by Samuel Hazo. This is one of the pieces that I brought to this clinic wondering if it was really going to be possible because it's kind of ridiculously hard, and these kids soaked it up like a sponge. There was never a doubt from the moment the first time we read it that we couldn't do this piece on the concert. And so if it looks like I'm about to fall off the podium because of some of the awkward conducting patterns I'm using, that's actually correct, but it's because they're playing ridiculously hard stuff and I'm trying to make them look good. So, anyway, thank you so much for having me and letting me be part of this. This is like a band director's dream gig right here. This is what band directors love to do, work with kids who love music and work real hard. So thank you for having me, and I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for coming. That's the end of the program.